Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots are getting ready to take on one of the best football teams in the NFL in the Buffalo Bills. And the entirety of the season so far has gone in the opposite direction that people really thought it would go. I mean, just looking at the teams that we've played, we lost to the Eagles on opening night, then lost to the Dolphins the next week, and then since then we barely scraped away a win versus the Aaron Rodgers-less Jets. Got smacked by the Cowboys, dominated by the Saints, barely beaten by the Raiders, but overall we've been terrible. And there's been a lot of rumors going around about a potential new quarterback change here. And Malik Cunningham, a guy we signed out of Louisville, was, breaking records at Louisville in terms of forced missed tackles. And this is a guy that can come in here and make a difference. And low-key, I'm starting to think that Malik Cunningham could be the difference maker that we've been looking for. And I mean, Mac Jones has found zero succession throughout his time here this season, and I think making a change could be the thing that we need to do to save our season. Now, make sure you guys join the family, hit that like button to get this video to more Patriots fans, but also subscribe to the channel if you're new. Now, I do want to show you that Bill O'Brien was talking a lot about Malik Cunningham in the press conferences, saying we might start seeing Malik Cunningham in a lot of different places. It will be week to week based on the game plan, but don't be surprised if we see sets with Malik Cunningham out. And guys, don't be surprised at all if we start seeing Malik Cunningham slowly take over this quarterback room here in New England going forward. Obviously, the Patriots are 1-5 right now. They have not been able to win games. We're getting outscored 152-72 this season. And like we saw before, there's been a couple of games where we didn't score over 7 points in a game. I mean, that is embarrassing. And listen, the defense hasn't been great, but it hasn't been bad either. I mean, you got to put into, you need to think about, we've been giving them other opposing offenses the ball within the 15-yard line, just giving it to them easy points. So the defense has been growingly been frustrated with Mac Jones. And I think Malik Cunningham can add something that we haven't seen in New England in a very long time. The dynamic that he can move the ball with his legs and create plays on his feet. I think Mac Jones and Tom Brady was great. Don't want to compare that. But Malik Cunningham will add a whole new aspect to this offense that we've almost never seen before here in New England. And I think it could be time for that change. I mean, when you just look at, the straight fact of how bad the offense has been and, how bad Mac Jones has really, really been. And trust me, don't get me wrong. I understand we can't put all the blame on Mac Jones. I mean, strictly look at what the offensive line has done. Nothing. The run game, nothing. Nothing is working for us. The play calling is horrendous. I mean, he's been getting sacked. He's been throwing picks. He's been, giving defenses easy points. He's just been doing everything wrong, but it's not all on him. I think Bill Belichick is having trouble, adapting to the new style of play calling, the new style of play. I think Bill O'Brien is, trying to have a college system here in the NFL. It's not working. But then when you look back on Malik Cunningham, I mean, in terms of potential and maybe even in terms of skill set, Malik Cunningham might be the best quarterback on this roster. And, obviously, Bill Belichick in the front office is clearly unhappy with the depth that this team has on the bench. I mean, Bailey Zappi has been released. He's been waived. He's been, not picked up by anyone. Re-signed to the Patriots. Gone some time, playing in the fourth quarter. Looked terrible. Mac Jones has not looked good. Ian Book, we signed him. Didn't pan out. Matt Corral didn't pan out. We're having no success with quarterbacks right now. And Malik Cunningham, quite frankly, and we probably can all agree to this during the preseason, he looked like the best quarterback. He was making plays on his feet like you saw there. He was just playing at a high level. Now, let's look at some of the rankings for the start of the season for the Patriots. We're ranking number 31 in points per game, number 27 in yards per game, 25 in third down conversion percentage, and then the rushing stats have been even worse. 29 in yards per rush, 26 in rush yards per game, 20 in rushing touchdowns. I mean, this team cannot move the ball. And then look at the passing stats. Number 26 in completion percentage, number 22 in pass yards per game, and number 26 in interception percentage. Guys, it's time to move on. I don't really believe in this offense anymore. I mean, it's time to start playing some of the young guys on the team. And what I mean by that, get Kayshon Boutte out there. Get Tyquan Thornton out there. Get Jamario Douglas out there. I want to see some of this young talent. Antonio Mafi, Jake Andrews, City. So we need to see more of these young guys play. We're not going to compete with the Dolphins. We're not going to compete with the Bills. I think it's time that we finally settle down and say, listen, it's not our year. Let's start developing for the future. Let's start getting better. And let's start improving some of this roster for next season. And even defensively, there's some guys that want to play as well. Keon White, Josh Uche can get some more playing time. Marte Mapu, obviously Christian Gonzalez out for the season. But what about Amir Speed? I mean, I want to see some of these guys play. I think they have potential. I think they have a lot of opportunity here. And especially Malik Cunningham, man. Like I said before, he might just be the best quarterback on our roster. And, like I said, it's time for a change. It's time for a change. Mac Jones is not getting it done. He doesn't seem like he's really invested in the offense. Doesn't seem like he really cares when he has bad games. Doesn't seem like he cares when he gets benched. He just doesn't care. And, as a quarterback in the NFL, you need to be, relentless. You need to have the tenacity. You need to be able to realize when you're making good plays, when you're making bad plays, and how to adjust for the good. So, listen, Malik Cunningham's young. In terms of arm talent, in terms of accuracy, I don't think he's completely ready to take over the show. But like Bill O'Brien said, I want to see him in spurts. I want to see him be utilized a little bit more. I want to see him slowly be implemented into this offense. Because who knows? What if he comes out and what if he's a great quarterback? This is an undrafted guy who has zero expectation. And when you have zero expectations coming off or coming into a starting lineup that a team is 1-5, you have no real concerns. Listen, if you play bad, nobody expected you to play good. And if you do play good at all or show a slither of potential, I mean, that could change everything, not only for the team going forward, but for the fan base, for the team morale. If you have one good game, let's say Malik Cunningham comes in, throws 200 yards, a touchdown, no interception, but also has 40 yards on the ground, that would be a huge success. And I know that's not even a lot, but guys, put that in perspective to what we've seen this year from the offense. And it's been completely nothing. I mean, guys, think about it. We have just, ended a streak, an unfortunate streak of allowing 79 unanswered points. Do you guys want to continue to go through these stretches where we score 0 points, score 3 points, score 6 points? I mean, it's getting embarrassing. It's getting tiring. And listen, as a Patriots fan, I hate covering it, but at the same time, I want to embrace the rebuild. I want to sit here, and we've been so fortunate to be competing for the last 2 decades. But I think it's time that maybe Bill Belichick goes. Maybe we look to make a change, a big change, maybe a historic change here in New England. Because, quite frankly, the defense hasn't even been, horrible throughout the season. I feel like they've been pretty good with what they've been dealt. Obviously, ranking number 24 in opposing points allowed per game. Obviously, that's only because Mac Jones in the offense gives the opposing offense the ball and easy, goal-to-goal areas. We're ranking, but number 3 in fourth down conversion percentage allowed, number 7 red zone scoring percentage allowed. Our defense isn't that bad. Number 3 in yards allowed per rush. I mean, when you look at the stats, guys, we're not a terrible defense. Number 15 opposing yards per pass allowed, number 4 in pass play percentage, and that's strictly because, teams are able to run the ball at will because, quite frankly, we're already down by 40 by the time their offense gets, onto the field. But listen, I think it's time for change. I think we need to be better, and let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.